Chapter 2, Secrets in Spellcraft. On top of your mother's recent death, you've just received the shock of your life. That you're a wizard, Harry. You stand in the sunroom with Rainier, reeling from the discovery that you, Saf, and Maggie are witches. Hang on, if we're witches, then what does that make you? Your guardian, a being of light created to protect your coven starting now. With a wave of his hands, tiny orbs of light scatter around the house, repairing the glass in the sunroom and all the shattered photo frames you used as weapons. Your house is now warded against rays. They can't hurt you as long as these ruins are in place. What about when we leave the house? I assume this won't make me very popular with you three, but you can't leave the house. Now that your coven has united, I'm here to help you discover and develop your magical talents when your talents are strong enough. And we can leave? Yeah, screw this, I'm out of here. Maggie, wait. We can't separate when we just reunited. We went through all this effort to find us, and you're telling me that was all for nothing? I came here to learn about my biological family. I didn't ask for all this. It's too complicated. Hello, every family is complicated. Ours just happens to be magic, and on top of all that. I'll make you a deal. Once you three are strong enough to remove the ward yourselves, you can move freely around town. Assuming what you just said is true, how do we even begin to get strong enough? Like I said, I'm here to train you and to help focus your talents. We can conduct a bonding ritual before the next full moon. However, if the ritual fails and you can't find balance between your powers, things will go bad to worse. I'm sure this is a lot to take in, but please try to put your trust in me. I'm here to help. And by help, you mean put us on house arrest. I can't stop you from seeing things that way, but those are your words, not mine. Rainier waves his hand in a graceful pattern, and glowing auras encompass you and your sisters fade away. Thanks. Don't thank him, he locked us in here. Meg and Seth clearly don't trust Rainier. After everything, I'm not sure even I trust him. But he's the only person who can help us figure this out. Diamond choice. Oh, no, surprisingly no. Rainier, we're counting on you. Clearly we have no idea what we're doing. If you've got some magic formula to help us through it, then I'm all ears. It's not as simple as all that. I can help you refine your talents, but it'll take practice. If it means keeping us safe, then I'm up for anything. Maggie and Saf exchange dubious glances and then nod. Same here. There's clearly a lot riding on this. I just want to get out of this drafty old house. Then we're all in this together, at least for now. I'm sorry about this. I know your lives would be simpler if your talents had never awoken. Talents, right. I know I can manipulate time, but what about everyone else? A witcher's talents manifest as the fulfillment of their childhood wish. Saffron, your talent is shapeshifting. That makes sense. Transforming my body into anything I want it to look like could have made a lot of things easier. On the other hand, Magnolia can dreamwalk in the realm between sleeping and waking worlds. That explains so many of the nightmares I had as a kid. The three of you have extraordinary talents. With my help, I promise you'll become powerful witches in no time. In that case, Rainier, let's get to work. Look, I'm now a cat. Now I'm a bear. I'm whatever the hell I want to be. Over the next few days, Rainier teaches you all to master your magical talents. Saffron, if you can get to the top of the cabinets without climbing on anything, you'll be able to retrieve your phone. But how? I can only turn into inanimate objects right now. I'm sure you'll think of something. Turn into a bird. With a heavy sigh, Saf shuts her eyes and surrounds herself with a blue light. When the light subsides, you find a volleyball in the place where your sister was just standing. Willow, bounce me! Bewildered, you pick up your volleyball sister and give her a firm bounce to the top of the kitchen cabinet. I did it! I can see my phone! Now, can someone get me down from here? My eye is twitching at this. Later, you sit with Rainier in the sunroom while Maggie and Saf lay sleeping nearby. If things are going as planned, then Magnolia should be Saffron's dream right now. Watch Maggie's chest rise and fall steadily, with Gus curled up sleeping on her stomach. Maggie looks so peaceful. The sleeping spell you used to put them under must be strong. Now I'm worried about taking my turn. After Saf's turn as a volleyball, and now this, I'm nervous about my own test. Don't be. I've never put you in a dangerous situation. Gus scatters, and you startle as your sisters both jolt awake at the same time. That's what you dream about, Saf? Winning a Grammy. They always say you should dream big, don't they? Wow, a Grammy. The next day, you stand at the bottom of the stairs in your house, wringing your hands. Rainier, I don't think this is working. Rainier stands at the top of the stairs with an egg in his hand. Half a dozen broken ones litter the ground at your feet. You can do it, Willow. Just stop the egg from breaking with your magic. If it'll inspire you to act, it's nearly midday. The sun will make this whole place smell like eggs soon. Thanks for the pep talk. He lightly tosses the egg down the stairs, and as it hurtles towards your feet, you focus on keeping it from breaking. Freeze the egg. Yeah, but that won't stop it from falling. You're freezing an already nearly inanimate object. Reverse it. Maybe. I've played too much Legend of Zelda late recently. Let's try slowing it down. You half-rotate your body and pull your arms back to slow time to a crawl. The egg floats towards you at a glacial pace. Yes, I finally did it! Technically speaking, the egg is still hurtling towards the ground. With a sigh, you step forward and grab the egg before it can move one more inch. There, are you happy now, Mr. Hair Splitter? Overjoyed, actually. I'll admit it does feel good to have done something on purpose. When I found out Mom died, I almost... You cut yourself off before saying too much else. Sensing your tension, he descends the stairs to join you. Willow, I'm so sorry about your mother. I know you weren't very close. Yeah, you know a lot of things about me. You knew who I was and never told me. It's true, I did know you. I do. And I'm sorry I never told you about it before, but Guardians are traditional. We're all expected to follow very strict rules when dealing with our covens. The only reason I was allowed to keep tabs on you is because you're the Coven's anchor. You have the power to unite your Coven, ground your sister's magic, and the Rays know it. So when the Rays attack again, they'll come after me first? Unfortunately, that's why I'm taking extra care to help you and keep you safe. Overcome by nerves, you feel the effects of your magic drop and your sister's return to normal. What just happened? Rainier, when you'd come downstairs, I stopped the egg, but I've got my work cut out for me. What do you mean? You did it, right? After breaking half a carton. As if you could do any better. I never said I could. I think I need some air. As your sisters bicker, you retreat to the sunroom and sit down. A moment later, Rainier joins you. Are you okay? I thought you'd be proud to be the anchor. I don't feel proud. I feel pressured. Like the weight of the Coven's success is on me. Partly true, but you've already made a lot of progress. After days of training, I managed not to waste an egg. That doesn't feel like progress to me. You're doing the best you can. Expecting more from you now would be like trying to wring wine out of a dry cloth. Give yourself some credit, Willow. You're a lot stronger than you know. You meet his gaze, and for the first time since your mom died, you feel that sense of comfort and warmth. I'm still mad at you for lying. I understand, and if it would help make it up to you, I can transport you somewhere to help center your energy. You want to take me out of the house? This is you finally asking me out. I'm planning to offer personal lessons to Saffron and Magnolia as well. Yeah, but you don't like Saf and Maggie. He clears his throat, averts his eyes, but you see the hint of a smile on his lips. This wouldn't be a worthy date for an incredible woman like you. I only want to help you hone your talents. It's tempting. I feel totally clueless as an anchor, so any help would be huge. This, I'm assuming, is a diamond choice. Can we just go back to you looking normal in just a suit until you need to fight the good fight? Just saying. Great. Now, try not to panic. Panic about what? In a flash of white light, the living room disappears and you suddenly find yourself in a beautiful meadow of an old forest. Whoa. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. We're not. We're still in California. No, it's right here. How much do you know about human pop culture? Embarrassingly little. I studied the basics, but I still have a lot to learn. Apparently so. You take in your surroundings. Beneath your feet is a spongy moss. There's a sound of a creek nearby. The air sweet, the aroma of flowers and fresh earth. This place is romantic. Did you have ulterior motives for getting me alone out here? He smiles almost wistfully. If I could take you somewhere romantic, I'd choose more carefully. For a witch, communing with nature and centering yourself are incredibly important, so no matter what your talents are, I brought you here to help you focus. Places like this are great for heightening your magical talents. As he takes a step closer to you, your heart rate kicks up a notch at his proximity. For you, especially, Willow. Because I'm this anchor or whatever? Exactly, you're the center, the ballast. You bind the group together. It's a big responsibility, but, no pressure, right? Just the success or failure of my newly discovered magical coven rests in my totally capable hands. Cool, 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 cool. I'm totally cool. The weight of it all starts to feel a little too heavy. The gentle breeze in the trees slows. A butterfly hovers, frozen in midair. Oh no, I'm doing it again. Take a breath, calm your mind. He takes your hand, warm and sure. As the air slowly fills your lungs, time corrects itself. See, you did it. You've already come so far in your magical journey. I've lived for centuries and never seen the beams of a more powerful witch. I believe in you. Let me help you center yourself here in nature. Well, you know a lot more about this than me, so okay, let's give it a try. A few minutes later, you sit cross-legged on the bank of a creek. Holding a smooth stone in one hand and a lit match in another, you take a slow, deep breath. Good. You're at the crux of all four elements, where magic is at its apex. Now close your eyes and simply be. You close them. He sits so close you can smell the clean, crisp scent of him. Pine spiced with cinnamon, his hands cup yours gently in his own. Can you feel the current of magic coursing through you? I feel butterflies in my stomach. Is that a good feeling or a bad one? Is it your imagination or did his voice drop to a husky whisper? Definitely a good one. You sit in silence for a while, enjoying the feeling of his closeness and warmth, breathing together in sync. I can feel how strong you are, just sitting in your presence. You must say that to all the witches you watch over. Like I said, I've been trained to guard you specifically, and besides, is it so hard to believe that I think you're exceptional? You open your eyes, smiling, to find him gazing at you with a bright, fond admiration. He begins to smile, but then draws back, extinguishing the flame with a wave of his fingers before it burns down to your skin. I want to apologize again for lying to you. Truthfully, my superiors didn't want me to keep tabs on you in the first place. So then why did you visit me so often? Even though your talents weren't awakened, I was worried Rays would target you. I wanted to protect you at all costs. And here I thought you liked me. You nudge him playfully with your shoulder. In like a coffee shop, AU, fan fiction sort of way? I do like you, Willow. More than I have any right to. There's something about you that's... He suddenly sits up straighter, putting some distance between you. The trouble is I'm your guardian. One of our many laws says I can't get too attached to you or your sisters. We can't even spend time as friends? Technically, no, not even as friends. When I was a customer and you were a barista, we didn't flirt or spend time together outside the cafe. Because it would be inappropriate, so you're like a supernatural service worker and I'm a supernatural customer. More like a supernatural knight and you're a supernatural princess. It's not just against our code of conduct to fraternize, it's considered taboo above my station. But I don't care about that thing. You may not, but I can promise you my superiors do. This literally has charmed written all over it. Do you guys remember the angel? Literally, you remember him, and he fell for Piper, and they had kids, and he lost his powers. Who remembers? I do. You look in his eyes and see something you'd never seen in him. Regret, yearning. You have the urge to reach for his hand when... We should head back to the house. Wait. In a flash of white light, you're suddenly home again. Ah! Maggie startles, dropping her mug full of tea. Instinctively, you freeze it before it crashes to the ground. Sorry, Mags. She plucks the mug delicately out of the air, scoops the remaining tea back inside, and shoots a look of venom at Rainier. You've got to find a more subtle mode of transportation. You unfreeze time and smile at Maggie. Look at the bright side. All our training seems to be paying off already. It's a good thing, too, we're only a few days out from the next full moon. Which means the bonding ritual is soon. Do you think we can handle it? You steal a sideways glance at Rainier, who shoots back a subtle nod. I'm beginning to like our odds. The following morning. Rainier instructs you to meet him in the sunroom, where he gestures towards some cushions he's arranged on the floor. I want you to meditate and clear your minds. If your energies sync correctly, then you'll be strong enough to leave the house again. This will likely come as a surprise to no one, but I'm not great at clearing my mind. Trust me, I know the feeling. Same, at least not without the help of psychedelics. It's simpler than you might think. If a thought enters your mind, just observe it, then let it go. Rainier and I meditated a bit in the woods. Try to clear your minds and connect with the elements that surround us. Just remember, magic is at its apex, at the crux of all four elements. The breeze blowing through the window, the crystals glittering on a shelf nearby, the drip, drip, drip of a leaky faucet in the next room, the flickering flame on the candles that surround you. My sister's presence. You clear your mind, focusing your consciousness on the vague feeling of your sisters on either side of you. I'm not alone. Even when I feel lost, I have Maggie and Saf to help me figure things out. You just met your other sister. You haven't even bonded yet, girl. You don't know shit. I'm just saying. Your breathing sinks and you feel as though your hearts are beating in time. For once, you feel truly connected with each other. We've got this, the three of us together. It's it, you three. Combine your energies, become a united front. You feel the warm, pulsing thrum of your magic with every beat of your heart, and a smile breaks out across your face as you start to glow. See? I knew we could do it. Look out the window and tell me what you see. You all crane your necks and squint, started to see nearly invisible, rippling shapes in the air outside. Are those the ruins? They're fading. You shield your eyes against a flash of light as the magic barrier around your house fades. Freedom! Thanks, Rainier! Don't thank me. You've done great work strengthening your talents. True, but we couldn't have done it without your help. Hey, at least she can turn into a volleyball, so that way, when she's laying there, right, one of the rays can just come up and stab it or, like, stomp on it. One of the two. You really are the cutest teacher. Damn, Willow, going right in there with it. Is boldness a common side effect of magic? I'm just stating a fact. Rainier is our teacher. He happens to be extremely cute. His expression is mostly unreadable, but you swear you can see his lips twitch in the hint of a smile. Puppies are cute. I'd rather be dependable and trustworthy. You're riding the high of your victory when Maggie stands abruptly, causing your auras to sputter out. Don't tell me you're leaving. It's been real, but I have a job, a life. I can't believe you're just giving up. You're so... Enough, I'm sick of you two jumping down each other's throats. Maggie, I get why you want to leave, but the wraith that attacked us almost finished us off. And next time they'll come with more reinforcements. Maggie balls her hands in a fist, seething until... Gus pads into the room, sits at Maggie's feet, staring up at her with pleading eyes. Maggie groans. Oh, damn it, you've got the kitty working against me. She bends down, scoops a purring Gus in her arms. You sigh with relief. Maggie, I hope you'll learn to like us as much as Gus. Come around on the idea of magic. I'm gonna go with the Gus one. I know we're not nearly as cute or cuddly. Speak for yourself. But I promise, we know how to have fun. Speaking of fun, I passed by Lewis's on my walk the other day. Talk about memories. Ah, Louis. It's a diner/arcade downtown. We used to live there when we were kids. I'm interested. I've never been to an arcade before. No time like the present, then. That is, if Rainier thinks it's okay. Normally, I'd encourage you to be careful, but I need you to head into town and pick up some things anyway. There's a local apothecary downtown. I've left a list for you with the woman who owns the shop. Sounds like the perfect opportunity for a little detour. At least I dig the black outfit and everything that comes with it. I vote yes for Louis. Maggie needs to experience it at least once. Yes! We're gonna have the best time! You and Saf link arms with Maggie, who laughs awkwardly. Why do I get the feeling that I have no clue what I just got myself into? The three of you hurry downtown to Louis, the arcade and diner that was a childhood staple for you and Saf. Saf bounds ahead of the two of you into Louis, a wide grin splitting her face. Maggie lags behind, looking skeptical. Isn't there like an age limit on these games? You don't get out and play video games ever, do you? There's no age limit on having fun. Your sisters immediately split off in opposite directions, following the bright, flashing lights. I want to join Maggie at the racing game. Saf at DDR. No, listen, we're going to racing game. She's new, and also we just literally found out she's our sister, so... Find Maggie, hands clutching the wheel of a VR racing game as you slide into the player slot number 2. What's wrong? I'm not really sure what to do. Do you not drive either? You drive a real car, so this should be easy, right? It's supposed to be fun. Relax. He does a double take and then laughs and relaxes. Yeah, you're right. I drive the Jersey Turnpike. Nothing could be that bad. The steering wheel vibrates in your hands as the car roars to life and you zoom around the track together. Megs, where are you? Right here. Her car zooms past you, and Maggie lets out a wild, happy giggle. And you were nervous. You're a natural. This is pretty fun. Maggie zooms along the track, and you just barely keep up. Until... last turn coming up. I should give it my all. Your car zooms after hers, and after a few 10 seconds, it's neck and neck. Whoa. Maggie's car flies by, winning at the last second. Are you sure you've never played this game before? I told you I learned to drive in Jersey. That legally counts as cheating, I think. You know, maybe you two were right. This was actually kind of fun. What are you doing? Getting out my phone to get this on video. Can you just say that one more time, please? She shoves you playfully and then sobers a little. No, for real. I had no idea what I was missing. Thanks, Willow. Don't thank me yet. Night's still young. Saf at DDR. See, look, we get both. Over at Disco Dance Rebellion, Saf's feet fly expertly beneath her. Tongue stuck out in the concentration. Finally, she hops off, sweating. Ha! Top score. Beat that. You pick your favorite song from the list and cue it up. Remember, you have to step on the right arrows in time, okay? Come on, you think I'd forget? You take your place on the mat as the game starts. Ready, set, dance! Step on up, left, down, right, right. As the game concludes, you crow as you actually beat Saffron, but the two of you are grinning like fools. Dare I say I've dethroned the queen? You better not have cheated with your timey-wimey magic. Cheating at Louis? What kind of criminal do you take me for? Afterwards, the three of you meet up at a mini basketball hoop. Ready for a shoot-off? Are you ready to get obliterated? Oh, look who's getting into the trash talk now. I think it's time for an ultimate sister showdown. You each grab a ball. Sink it. The ball sinks smoothly down the net in a satisfying swoosh. That's how you do it. You and Saf high-five for the good game, and then Maggie keeps sinking them, one after another. I might have played a little JV basketball as a kid. After the game, you slide into a booth and order 3 greasy burgers and milkshakes, just like when you were kids. This time, Maggie doesn't even complain. That smile looks nice on you, Maggie. I didn't think I'd enjoy myself so much. My foster parents never let me play video games, so I always wondered what I was missing out on. Wait, foster parents? I thought you were adopted. Maggie seems to realize she said more than she intended. She shakes her head. It's nothing, forget it. You reach across the table and take her hand. Saf claims the other one. Maggie looks down at the circle you've made and seems taken aback. I promise you, we're going to help you reclaim some of your lost childhood. After all, we're your sisters. Still getting used to hearing that. Well, I guess we'll have to just say it more. Saffron starts a low, quiet chant, gradually getting louder. Sisters, sisters, sisters! If I promise I'll think about staying, will you stop chanting? That's all we ask. In the meantime, I think it's high time we get another drink. The three of you order a round of milkshakes and laugh long into the afternoon. How many milkshakes can you put down, girl? Goddamn. On your way from Louis to the apothecary, Saf checks her phone as it starts ringing, her eyebrows knitting together. It's Mom's estate lawyer. I have to take it. She hurries across the street to take the call. Maggie scoffs quietly. Looks like someone doesn't trust me to your sensitive family-related information. Maggie, I'm sure it's not like that. Not even a minute later, Saf beckons you to join her, her expression grim. They want us to come down to their offices. She left a safety deposit box with all of our names on it. Why me? We never even met face to face. We don't know for sure until we go down. Come on. A little while later, you head into the lawyer's office to meet with A. Bell, the executor of your mother's will. The last meeting didn't exactly go well. I hope this isn't awkward. As soon as the thought enters your mind, the door opens and a familiar face strides into the room. Hello, I'm Mr. Bell, the executor of your mother's will. I won't say good to meet you under these circumstances. He holds out a hand to shake, and you can't help but stare, beat too long as those piercing silver eyes, especially since some of us have already met. Nice to meet you again, Mr. Bell. My sisters and I are grateful for this. I'm just doing my job, Miss Hallowell. Still, we need all the closure we can get. Mr. Bell opens a desk drawer, pulls out a small metal box, a key ring, and hands him over to you. Your mother's safety deposit box. I'll give you some privacy to sort through it. Mr. Bell turns to leave, but you stand to pull him to one side. You speak in a hushed voice. Mr. Bell, I just want to apologize for our first meeting. No need. Seeing me must have been a huge shock, and I can't imagine how it felt. He leans closer, sending a shiver up your spine, and murmurs. I'm sure it was as if time stood still. You jerk back instinctively, and you can swear you see a glimmer of a smirk pass across his beautiful features. What the... But the moment is gone as he leaves you in his office. Shakily, you sit at the desk, your sisters crowd around you, heads bowed over the box as you work the tiny silver key into the lock. Any guesses what might be in here after all what happened lately? I'm expecting it to be full of ghouls. The lock finally clicks free, lid pops open to reveal a stack of journals. Were they Mom's? Journals, it's like dozens of them, all dated. They go back decades. Maggie finds a journal dated with her birth year and reads aloud from the crinkly open pages. The pregnancy is going well, but my eldest told me today that she's a girl, not a boy, as I previously thought. She hesitates. Saf snatches the journal from Maggie and reads on. I think she knows I don't love her the way she is, but she can't know how afraid I truly am. You take the journal from Saf and thumb through a few more pages. The ultrasound came back today. The baby's sex is female. What should have been an exciting day has me feeling crushed. She says here that she traveled away from home to hide the pregnancy from you and your dad? After months of hiding, I've given up my baby. My heart is broken, but I know it's for the best. It was reckless of me to think I could have 3 children, knowing what a curse that number is. I feel the threat looming daily, growing beyond my control. I look at Saf and Willow and wonder when, and if not if, this curse will come for them. It sounds like she knew about our powers, the rays, but never told us. This is heartbreaking. She never felt safe enough to trust us with any of this. How much of herself did she keep locked in this box for her entire life? She can join the club. Saf instinctively turns to you with a hug, and you wrap your arms around her shoulder. Maggie sighs wistfully. It must have been nice to have each other to fall back on, huh? I always wonder what that was like. You all have all this history, all these memories. I don't know where I'm supposed to fit in here. Yeah, well, family is a lot of work. I know that. I don't exactly have the experience that you do have. All I'm saying is you need to put in effort if you want to find a place in it. Okay, you both are idiots. I don't blame Maggie as much as Saf right now. She doesn't realize what she's saying. It's kind of rich coming from you. You couldn't wait to get out of our family. Yeah. Saf and Maggie both look at you with surprise. You shake yourself, feeling suddenly sheepish. I mean, let's get at her before this place really starts getting to us. The 3 of you head to your next stop, feeling hollowed out from the emotional afternoon. On the way to the apothecary, you slow down a bit to talk to Saf. Saf, I don't know why I snapped at you. Something just came over me. No sweat. I was just busy jumping down Maggie's throat just a second before. I really don't blame you for sniping at me. To be honest, like I said earlier, we just met. Not to mention I used my contacts as a PI to track you down. I know that should make me feel or trust you less, but to be honest, I think it's kind of badass. You stop outside of the Amaranth Apothecarian Boutique, a place you've passed many times without really thinking about it. Looks like we're here. The bell over the door jingles as you enter the shop. A pretty, smiling woman comes out from a back room and approaches you cheerfully. Hi, ladies. Can I help you find something today? This might sound weird, but we need to do a ritual. Are you a witch? I'm just gonna say we need to do a ritual. It doesn't sound weird at all. You should see my bulk order inventory list. I've gotten more than one suspicious call from the DEA. That's awesome. You're awesome. You're not hiring, are you? Sounds like someone's found herself to like about her hometown. Saf elbows you hard. Anyway, I think I have a list here for you. Ceremonial rope, polished stone, some fresh cut herbs. She starts to head to the back to get her stuff, but pauses, casting a smile over her shoulder. I'm Penelope Casales, by the way. You can call me Penny, all my friends do. I'm Saffron, but all my friends call me Saf. Pretty name for a pretty girl. I have a soft spot for plant names, being an apothecary and all. Right, Amaranth Plant School. For what it's worth, I'm Maggie and this is Willow. We're actually kind of in a hurry, so say no more. She giggles all the way to the back room. You nudge Saf with a smile. Saf, you so have a crush. Nope, no way. I'm not dating someone from Santa Renata. Who said anything about dating? Yeah, geez, slow down, Saf. Would you stop? She's coming back. Penny sweeps back into the front room with a bag of items resting on her hip. She rings you up and winks at Saf. I threw in some flowers as a new customer gift, just because I like you. Thanks, I like you too. We like you. As a small business owner. As Saf starts talking a mile a minute, you glance around the shop one last time when a dress in the window catches your eye. Wow. As you run your fingertips over the fabric, you get the same comforting sensation that Rainier's presence brings. Wow, it's really beautiful, Willow. The lining is stitched with runes, supposed to help you with the rune or rituals, spells. You're welcome to try it on. Go for it, Willow. A better occasion for a new dress than a magic bonding ritual. At least that's what I always say. It's a beautiful dress, and I can't deny how powerful it would make me feel wearing it. Diamond choice. It's a black dress. It's nice, it's very pretty. Also like the black choker. You step out of the changing room and your sisters gasp in delight when they see you in the new dress. Wow, it looks like that dress was made for you. It's gorgeous and oddly inspiring. Like I said, those hidden runes work wonders on bonding spells. Though I think the witches who's wearing it is the real inspiration. Notice how she called us a witch without us implying or saying anything about us being a witch? If I knew pretty dresses could enhance magical power, I'd have become a witch years ago. Penny places your ritual components in a bag and ties it with a pretty ribbon and hands it to Sav. Is that all I can get for you ladies today? I think so, but you'll be seeing a lot more of me from now on. Of us, you'll see a lot more of us. Let's get out of here before you choke to death on the foot in your mouth. Or you could have asked for her number. The sound of Penny's laughter, the three of you hurry out of the shop and head home. That night, it's time to attempt the bonding ritual. Relax, Willow. If this doesn't work, there's still a few more days till the full moon. Blinded by the flashbang, Rainier appears in the living room in a flash of light, adjusting his gloves. If you're all ready, then I think we should head upstairs. Willow, you look incredible. I bought it during our errands earlier. You like it? It's, stunning. I can sense its protective energy. Very wise choice, Willow. If our guardian would pick his jaw up off the floor, I believe we have a bonding ritual to attempt. We're gonna go with the attic to do this? I swear to God. It's like Charmed. It's literally mirroring Charmed. The only thing is he didn't have armor, and he didn't have glowy gold BS. In before the literal attorney becomes like the evil undermined dude that has a crush on you that isn't entirely bad. I'm calling it now. Rainier leads the three of you up through a trap door you didn't know existed, where you find a secret attic. Herbs hang from the rafters to dry, mystical objects sit in open chests, and a beautiful wooden table at the center of the room grabs your attention. Mom never told us how to get into the attic. She said it was dangerous, but I guess that was just one more lie. You gesture to the table, strangely drawn to it like it's important. It's an altar. It's an important focal point for your talents. I mean, really, your mom didn't really lie to you. I'm just saying. Like, a lot of what's going on is actually like, yeah, no, you don't want to screw with it unless you know what you're doing with. So she was out to protect you. You reach out to touch it. It feels ancient, even alive, as if the spirit of an old tree it came from could still whisper to you. These candles will strengthen and illuminate your talents. He hands you a set of candles, which you three carefully add to your altar. It's pretty. It glows. The more relics you collect for your altar, the more powerful and focused your magic will become. He then guides you in a drawing circle around the altar, clasping hands with your sisters. Now, if each of you would please place one component of the spell into the center of the circle. I'll add a polished stone, a ceremonial rope, herbs, and flowers. I'm gonna do the polished stone, it's pretty. You each place one spell component in a circle, inhaling sharply when the items dissolve into pinpricks of light. Repeat this mantra: I am one with the strength of my coven, and my coven is one with me. I am one with the strength of my coven. And my coven is my coven is one with me? As the three of you chant, wind whooshes around your ears, books go flying off the shelves, and stacked boxes shake on the floor. I am one with the strength of my coven, and my coven is one with me. You clench your clasp hands tighter and raise your voices above the din. I am one with the strength of my coven, and my coven is... Wait, we're supposed to take turns. Ah! Oh god, she had her head up her ass and broke the ritual. All the light bulbs in the room exploded once, and the three of you hit the ground, ducking away from a cascade of broken glass. Everyone stay calm. For a moment, you're trapped in the darkness until an orb of soft white light cradled in Rainier's palm illuminates a dim spear around you. I don't think that was right. Is everyone okay? I'm pretty sure. I can't see anything, though. You try to stand up, but something pulls at your arm. Maggie cries out, and then Saf. All at once, you crash on top of each other. What? Ouch, sorry, Mags. What the hell's going on, Saf? Get off of me. Not until Willow gets off of me. Rainier steps forward, bringing the light with him as you lift up your hands to see your Saf's and Maggie's hands shackled together at the wrist. We're stuck together? Listen, Rainier, this is not like the videos you've been trying to catch up on, okay? This is no, this isn't, she's stuck and she needs help, okay? Don't, no. Oh, listen, if you didn't get a chuckle out of that, I don't know what to tell you. Remember that if you did enjoy the video, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down in the description of the video, feel free to check out all of the links. Without further ado, head to the comment section below and let me know what your thoughts so far. Like I said, I feel like this is Charmed, right? It's their spin on Charmed. It's always the same three sisters. It's yay, three sisters. I'm just saying, like, I literally, so, I didn't watch the new rebooted Charmed, right? I watched the OG one, and that's why I'm just like, wow, this is really mirroring that show. I don't even know about the new one, like, in terms of, like, what the hell's going on in it, who, what, when, where, and why, okay? Next up, Pixel Barrel will be doing a thing about, you know, a father or a mother who genetically made their children in a lab, and there's sugar and spice and everything nice. If you get that reference too, you gain a point. How many points did you gain so far this week? Anyway, I love your beautiful faces. I don't know what else to say. I guess next week we'll catch up on the rest of this, because you know we have to wait for chapter 3, right? Yeah, that's about it. Love you. Catch you later. Peace out.